This is a film about the reality faced by many of us in the UK. We made it because we need to expose the hidden poverty amongst children and young people of our age.
Some of us need help. You don't realize, you can't hear it, you don't see it, till you look into our eyes. Some of us need help. You need to hear our voice. If you hear it, you can change it. You can give us the choice.
If there was anything I'd change about my life, it would probably be the way people think that people in poverty always think that they're scruffy dressed, they're rough talking, they don't actually have anywhere to live. And sometimes you see people on the streets with wee cups and stuff, that's the first thing that pops into their head. So
do you think people need to be more aware of the actual facts and figures and what it actually is like to be living in poverty?
By most estimates, there are now 4 million children living in poverty in the UK. That's 1 in 3, with even higher rates in urban areas such as London, Manchester and Glasgow.
Article 27 of the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child says, every child has the right to a standard of living that is good enough to meet their social, physical and mental needs. But what does this mean?
You may want to run, may even want to hide.
Food and water. Shelter, education, food, and right to have fun.
What do you think children need to have a decent standard of living?
I think they need a roof over their head.
Warmth. Suppose a decent house like to live in.
They need all their rights to be met.
A good education and to be loved.
A stable family and like people they can trust around them, people they can talk to.
I define poverty by, obviously, if you've not got enough money to survive, you've not got enough food or water.
If you've not really got a hot meal every night, not got good food or drink. I think with the emotional poverty is when you have no one to talk to. Maybe if you go home, it's like a house but not a home. Maybe not people there that you love and you feel like you can open up to.
I was shocked that that there was 1 in 3 children that were in poverty, and that means that out of your group of friends is likely to be people that are in poverty, and that in this school alone there'll be a lot of people in poverty. That's really shocking to think that the folk that you're going about every day can be struggling.
well, there's cracks in the walls and stuff like that and everything. Just a couple of days ago, there were wee things running around and stuff. Just now, with it being winter and things, we have to put on like 6 or 5 layers. It isn't that warm in the house, and sometimes I have to go down to bed early just to get warm. So obviously when I get up in the morning, it's freezing, so it's hard.
So have you ever had like a time when you struggled really, really hard?
Quite a few times, because for a week or so we only got like £5 or something, so we had to sort of plan ahead and think about what would be essential to get and things like that. With it being freezing and stuff, I get a lot of colds and things. Just the other day I had a ear infection, inflamed ear and stuff. Usually when I get up in the morning I feel a wee bit let down because I know that my life won't be the same as normal people's, so I feel a wee bit away from the world, if you have it.
What would you say if you found out that there was people living in poverty in this school?
I'd be shocked.
I'd feel quite sad because we've got so much and they're deprived of like all the things that we have, and we don't like realise that they have so little and we have so much.
I think it's disgraceful, and you should, every single child in the UK should at least have a chance to like what we have right now.
It makes me feel sad because it's unfair that people have to live in poverty when other people can like live.
Do you want to do anything about it?
Yeah, it'd be good to change people's lives.
Because we're in, a developed country like Scotland, then you wouldn't think people were in poverty, but because we've got things like school uniform and that, sometimes you wouldn't even notice it at all.
many people just think of like poverty being in like developing countries like Africa and stuff. So it was quite shocking to find out that like loads and loads of people in like in our country and like in our community were living at, like below the poverty line.
People are always stereotypical, and they think people in poverty are always going to be people on the street asking for money and stuff, but they don't really understand.
And do you think that's like one of the worst factors of being in poverty is what other people think and their stereotypical views of people in poverty?
The world we live in is very complicated and they don't really understand that you should always have a caring attitude for the people that are not managing as well.
So we as a country and as a world need to support those who are less unfortunate than us.
Why do you think poverty still exists in our well-off country?
I don't think that the wealth has been distributed equally among the social classes in Britain.
I'm shocked because it's like Britain and it's like 21st century. So I'm kind of like, what's happening in the world if one of the richest countries in the world can't even look after their own citizens?
So you think it's not your problem because it might not be to you?
Well, it is my problem because it's like, they're like my friends, so I should look after them. I'm not just going to ignore them.
We're obviously starting off small, making our own campaign, but
this is what we can do to help them, but see what the bigger people can do to help.
Look at the bigger picture. In 5 years, I'd definitely like to see a decrease in child poverty. Well, obviously the economy the now is in dire straits, but hopefully we can build that up, and obviously by giving people jobs, you're hopefully eradicating poverty and giving people a fair wage.
And the government's saying they can erase child poverty within 2020. I hope that we can maybe reach that goal.
Have you got anything you would like to say to other children who might be struggling with their life in poverty?
Maybe they should think about if there's anyone they could talk to. It might be a wee bit difficult for them to discuss their problems because you keep it bottled up inside you and you don't really want anyone discussing it with you because you find a wee bit nervous and stuff. But someone can help you.
So do you think talking through your own personal experiences has helped you?
The outcome that we want from this video is for people to realise that there are people around them that are in poverty, because you say poverty and straight away people think of Africa and places so far away, but it's in our country as well, it's in our world, people around you that you don't even realise.
So if we raise awareness, people in poverty can know that they're not alone. So it's giving them that voice. They can be heard and we can make a change.
We are all in this together, and together we must find an answer.
You don't see it till you look into our eyes. Some of us need help, need to hear our voice. If you hear it, you can change it. You can give us